fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Today we are going to be playing with the new Saga of Freja collection from Oden's Eye, which includes a bunch of stuff. We've got some new palettes, some accessories, brushes, a makeup bag to talk about. So I thought it'd be fun to just do a full overview of the collection. Just gonna swatch out all of the eyeshadows, which there are 3 different palettes. One of them has 18 shades and then 2 of them have 9 shades each. We'll just kind of go through that, do an eye look, and I'm hoping that I can get this video live before the collection launches. So if I have the launch details, I will leave them in the description box below. This whole collection was sent to me in PR. And you can use my affiliate code AmyLoves to save a little bit of money off if there is anything that you're interested in ordering. So without any further ado, let's jump on in. So there's a really cute makeup bag that is all like velvety light green, and it just says Saga of Freja on it and Oden's Eye. And then it's really nice as well because inside it actually has like little compartments. So there's a space here for your brushes, and then there's also this makeup bag, which I think would keep everything nice and clean and tidy. There's also some hair bows. So I have the pink one, but I believe that it's going to come in pink, black, red, and green. And they just have like a little clip on them. So I feel like maybe, I feel like such a child. I might try and make this work whenever I finish my makeup look just for the thumbnail or something to try it out. I'm probably gonna end up giving it to my little sister because I don't know, I just don't think it's very me, but it does feel cute. We also have a little brush cleaner, which I love these things. This one is extra cute because it has a little heart in the middle. If you've never used one of these before, it's like this little foam insert. And normally like I'll do a makeup look and I'll use a brush and then I'll wipe it off in this kind of thing and it'll get all the extra product off. If you do a lot of colorful looks, I feel like these kind of products are super nice and helpful. I have no idea what this is going to retail for yet, which will kind of depend on if I recommend it or not, because you can find them for like $5 at different places. I've seen them at Walmart, TJ Maxx kind of thing. I actually have one right in front of me here, and then I have another one in front of me. I have 2 that I've been using right now, so yeah, I'm always happy to have one of these because it's just super helpful. Lastly, before we get into the eyeshadow palettes, there is also a brush set, which is adorable. And it has like this ombre green to pink little brush cup and just like the patterns and everything. It's super cute. But I will say that the brushes like have like a really like chemically smell to them. They just don't smell good. Even the inside of this is super cute. And one of my brushes came broken. I think that this was supposed to be the fluffy blending brush, and all the hairs were like stuck down in the brush and they fell out. And yeah, it was just kind of a hot mess. So that's unfortunate. I'm not sure how good of quality these are going to be, if that's how it came or if that was just like a random defect or what. The other brushes do look nice. Again, the packaging is super cute. Like I love the ferrules. The green to pink ombre is adorable. There's like a nice little blending brush. There's like some still little smudgy brushes. So I'm still going to try them out. And I think I can still get a really cute look with them. So we'll test them. We'll see. I have had these out for a few days to air out and see if the smell will go away, and it hasn't. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, jumping into the eyeshadow palettes, these are super cute. They kind of look like fairy tale books or something like that. First here we have the Saga of Freja. That is called Chapter 1, Tears of Freja. And here is what it looks like on the inside. Let me pull off this sheet. So here's what it looks like up close. Kind of like a cute warm palette with like a little pop of purple. And then there is the Saga of Freja Chapter 2, Cat with a Golden Carriage, which that cat is so adorable. There's a shade called Catnip in here. So this one's like a warm palette with pops of green, and it kind of reminds me of another palette that they did, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but like more of an extended version. And then the big palette that we have here is called the Saga of Freja palette. Just in general, I don't think it has an extra name. It even says written by Oden's Eye Cosmetics. So here's what it looks like. And this one really does look like just the tiniest, cutest little book. So you open it up. Okay, I am covering the mirror because it was messing up the lighting. But you can see this is kind of like a purpley, plummy color story. And then you can open it on the other side. Here's what that one looks like. So it's kind of like neutral kind of thing with like a little pop of green. I feel like the shade Spark right here looks super, super interesting. I'm curious to swatch these just because there are those few shades that are kind of like mixtures and you don't really know what's going to come out of it. Okay, so I don't have time to go fully in depth on the history of all the different names and everything in these palette, but I thought I would read off from their email about this launch what they kind of explained about Freya and who she is. And so it says, we named it Saga of Freja. Freya is one of the most known goddesses in Norse mythology. Freya is the goddess of fertility, party, and love. She is a beautiful warrior. She is also the goddess of spring. People in the icy far north countries always are looking forward to the coming of the springtime, which also makes Freya the most loved goddess. Freya's tears dripped on the stone went soft, dripped on the mud turned into golden sand, dripped into the sea, and the sea turned into a transparent amber. Freya rides a golden cart pulled by a cat to bring love and hope to the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and start swatching. I'm going to start off with the Saga of Freja Chapter 1 palette, and I think I'm going to speed this up just a little bit just because we have so many swatches to do today. Alright, so there is the first palette swatched out. I feel like it looks really, really beautiful. All the mattes feel super soft. These two shimmer shades, actually this one as well, but mostly these two were super, super creamy. Like they felt like wet shadows almost. This one is super, super thick as well, just so intense. Okay, now let's go ahead and swatch out the Chapter 2 palette. All right, so there is that palette. I think this one might be my favorite just from swatching it. It's so pretty. Like these two metallic shades are super, super intense. This one is like a mixture of shades and it turned out super pretty. All the mattes feel pigmented and creamy and soft again as well. So really liking that. Okay, now I'm starting off with this side of the Saga of Freja palette. Okay, that is such a beautiful palette. I'm kind of shook. Like the warm tones are so pretty. All the metallics in this palette are so intense. The silver, this purple, this like champagne-y. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the pop of silver with these tones as well. I think that's really nice. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this side. So there's the last set of swatches. This color story probably excites me the least out of all the ones we swatched, but I feel like this shimmer shade is beautiful. This shimmer shade is beautiful. It doesn't look like that much on camera, but it's like a pink to green iridescent, like really light, pretty shade. And then this one as well is like a really sparkly, kind of purple, blue, pinky shifty sparkly shade as well, and I think these shades will be cute with the other side of the palette. Okay, so for today's look, I think I'm gonna focus on the Chapter 2 Cat with the Golden Carriage palette just because I think that this color story appeals to me the most, and I think the names are super, super cute. I'm such a cat fan. So let's go ahead and start off with this shade right here called Catnip. Oh, and I did prime my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer already, and I'm gonna use the FR2 brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that and throw that through my crease. Okay, it's very pastel, but also pretty pigmented. Like it looks very opaque right away. So just gonna lightly blend that out. Okay, I'm kind of amazed at how opaque that looks actually, because I've had some other pastels from Oden's Eye, and I feel like they normally come off a little bit more sheer, but that is definitely not the case with this shade. I like it. I feel like I like it so much I kind of just changed my plan for this look. I'm gonna really buff that out. Okay, I love that so much. My goodness. I was not expecting that shadow to be that good. I'm so happy right now. I think next I'm gonna go ahead and go into this green right here called Bad Temper. And I'm going to use the FR6 pencil brush and just pop that onto the outer V. and then just lightly gonna blend that into the pastel shade, but I'm not gonna bring it into my crease more than that. I might even go ahead and just lightly connect that to the lower lash line. Take the first blending brush, no additional product, and lightly go over that edge. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Bling. See how well this picks up with the brush. This is the FR5. It's like a little smudgy brush. And I'm gonna pop that shade along the inner half of my lower lash line. Looks so sparkly and so pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Cat Star, and I'm gonna pop that on my inner corner. Look how pretty. And then I'm also gonna bring that shade onto like the first portion of the lid just to blend into the next shade. I bet if you did that first shade Catnip all over the lid and then you did Cat Star on top of it, that would be super, super pretty. I'm also getting just a little bit of fallout. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go into the FR4 brush just to see how that picks up the shades as well. And I'm gonna dip into the shade Wool Ball. I always feel like if a brand is releasing a brush set that it should go well with their formula. So because these are super, super creamy, like wet shadows, I just wanna see if this brush set will pick them up, which that last brush did a good job. But this one, it kind of seems to be just be moving the shadow around and not picking up a whole lot. Yeah. I don't know. No, that's not my favorite for this shade. I'm just gonna grab it on my finger, pop it all over the lid. Ooh, my goodness. So pretty. I can't handle it. Okay, out of curiosity, I'm just gonna wipe off my finger and I'm gonna go into a little bit of Cat Star just to see how opaque it picks up and use it on the inner corner. Oh yeah. Wow. I'm dipping into a touch more of Bad Temper just to blend out the outer V and keep up with that shape that I had going before. Really quickly off camera, I'm going to go into the We Makeup Only eye pencil in the shade Malachite Green in my waterline. Gonna throw on some mascara and I'll be right back. So there is the finished eye look. I think it's super, super cute. I thought since we're doing an Oden's Eye Collection video, I would just finish off with one of their cream lipsticks in the shade Tulipa Kiss. Okay, so here is the finished look complete. I love how the eyeshadow turned out and I feel really happy with these palettes. I can't say that much because it's just a first impression and I only got to use one out of the 3 color stories on my eyes today, but just from swatching them, they all felt very, very similar and I just feel like all the mattes felt really creamy. The ones that I used today blended really easily. That pastel, I'm just kind of a little bit mind blown because it looks so, so good and so opaque. And I'm excited to see how that performs on different skin tones. And so many of the metallics look so creamy, so intense. I love the way the ones that I used today look. So I just can't wait to play with them more. It is a little bit overwhelming to have 3 new eyeshadow palettes at once. I prefer things to be just a little bit more curated, but I feel like if there's a color story that's really calling to you, I do think that they seem high quality. As far as the brushes go, I don't know if I would recommend them just based on the one that came broken and the smell, but they did do a good job blending today and I really like the pencil brush, but I don't know that they're anything super special. I would love to know what you think of this collection, if you're planning on picking anything up, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!